You probably threw away chicken feed this morning, watermelon rind, rice from last night, maybe the ends of a lettuce nobody finished. And here's the part that stings a little more. One or two things you've been feeding as a safe treat might be doing the opposite of what you think. There's a lot of noise out there about what chickens can and can't eat. Some of it's outdated. Some of it's just guesswork that got repeated enough times to sound like fact. And the cost of getting it wrong doesn't show up right away. It shows up 3 weeks later as a soft eggshell or a flock that's suddenly off its feed, and by then nobody remembers what changed. So this video is 7 scraps that are actually safe, not probably fine, actually safe. How much to feed, how to prep them, and 2 scraps near the end that get recommended constantly and really shouldn't be. Quick thing before we start, where are you watching this from? Drop it in the comments. I actually read them, and it's genuinely interesting to see how far this reaches. All right, let's get into the list. Scrap 1. Cooked rice. Cooked rice, plain, no salt. White or brown, doesn't matter much. This is about as safe as scraps get. One thing worth clearing up, raw rice won't hurt them either, despite the old story about it swelling inside a bird and killing it. That one doesn't hold up. A chicken's crop handles raw grain without issue. Cooked is just easier on younger or weaker birds, and it's usually what's sitting in the fridge anyway. For a flock of 10 or 15, a cup or 2 mixed into the regular feed 2 or 3 times a week works fine. Just don't let it become the meal instead of the supplement. Rice fills a crop without adding much protein, and a bird full of rice eats less of the feed that actually keeps her laying. Before scrap 2, if you haven't dropped it yet, let me know where you're watching from. Always curious how far this spreads. Scrap 2. Watermelon, flesh and rind. Chickens go for watermelon hard, and not just the sweet part. The rind too, which is usually what ends up in the bin. This one earns its keep in hot weather especially, since it's mostly water. A flock panting through a heat wave will sometimes go for watermelon before their regular feed. And that's fine occasionally, because right then hydration matters more than the ration does. Cut it into pieces smaller birds can actually get to, since the dominant hens will otherwise hog the good spots. And don't leave big leftover chunks sitting in the run overnight. In warm weather, it ferments and pulls flies faster than almost anything else on this list. Scrap 3. Leafy greens and vegetable trimmings. Lettuce ends, spinach stems, cabbage cores, kale ribs. The stuff that goes in the compost in most kitchens is solid chicken feed. There's a science note worth flagging here. Spinach and similar greens contain oxalates, and in large concentrated amounts, those can interfere with calcium absorption, which matters more for a laying hen, since calcium is what builds the shell. That's not really a reason to avoid greens, though. It's a reason not to make them the bulk of the diet. A daily handful as a treat sits nowhere near the level where that becomes a real concern. What you'll actually see on the farm, regular greens tend to deepen yolk colour, and droppings generally look more consistent. If it goes the other way, loose stool after a big batch of greens, that's usually too much too fast, not the greens being unsafe. 4 down. This next one is probably in your kitchen right now. And right after it, the 2 scraps you need to hear about. The ones getting recommended everywhere that really shouldn't be. Scrap 4. Cooked plain pasta. Same idea as rice. Plain cooked, unseasoned pasta is fine, and honestly, birds chase it almost like it's alive. Something about the texture seems to trigger that instinct. The problem is never the pasta itself. It's whatever got mixed into it before it hit the fridge. Heavy sauce, cheese, garlic, a lot of salt. Rinse it off, or just don't feed that batch. A small side portion once or twice a week is plenty. This isn't a scrap to build a routine around. It's a you already have it, may as well use it option. Scrap 5. Pumpkin and squash, flesh and seeds. This one gets underused. Pumpkin flesh is nutrient-dense on its own, but the seeds are the interesting part. Farmers have relied on them as a natural dewormer for a long time. The seeds contain a compound called cucurbitacin, which has some evidence of paralyzing intestinal parasites in animals and making them easier to pass. Worth being honest about the limits here. This isn't a substitute for a real deworming plan if you already know you've got a parasite problem. It's a preventive habit sitting alongside everything else you do, not a cure sitting in place of it. Scoop the seeds and flesh out, chop roughly, scatter fresh or dried. Once a week during the season, when squash is cheap, or you're already trimming your own, costs nothing and might genuinely help. Scrap 6. Berries and soft, overripe fruit. The strawberries going soft, blueberries nobody finished, a banana past its best. None of that is waste, it's feed. Fruit sugar is the thing to watch. Small amounts, real treat, real value. Too much is a daily habit, and you're looking at weight gain, and in layers, some looser stool and less appetite for their actual ration. A small handful per bird, a few times a week, stays well clear of that line. Scatter it instead of dumping it in one pile. Spreads the competition out, gets more birds fed, and you're not left with a heap of trampled fruit fermenting in one corner by evening. Scrap 7. Plain cooked oats. Cooked oats do something most scraps on this list don't. They warm birds from the inside and give a slow-burning energy source that actually helps overnight, when the temperature drops and birds are working harder just to stay warm. No sugar, no milk, no flavouring. Oats and water, cooled enough to eat safely. It's an old trick in small-scale keeping, and it still works exactly as well as it always did. Worth building into a cold season morning routine rather than saving it for a special occasion. Now, the 2 scraps to stop feeding. Bread and dairy get pushed constantly as chicken treats, and both deserve more caution than they usually get. Bread fed often or in any real quantity is close to empty calories for a bird. It fills the crop, delivers almost nothing, and a bird full of bread eats less of the feed that's actually doing the work. Over time, that means slower growth in young birds and lower output in layers. One small piece now and then isn't the issue. A daily habit is, and it's the kind of thing that costs you quietly, long before you notice it in the numbers. Dairy is the bigger one, honestly. Chickens don't produce meaningful amounts of the enzyme needed to break down lactose, so milk, cheese, yogurt, any of it tends to cause digestive upset rather than add anything useful. There isn't really a safe, small amount worth chasing here. Simplest answer is to just leave it out of the rotation entirely. So, the full list: cooked rice, watermelon flesh and rind, leafy greens, and vegetable trimmings, plain cooked pasta, pumpkin flesh and seeds, berries and soft fruit, plain cooked oats. 7 scraps that hold up under real scrutiny, as long as they stay a supplement, not the meal. If one part of this saves you a mistake or a little money on feed, that's really the whole point of this channel. Like the video if it helped. Tell me in the comments which of these 7 you're already feeding, and if there's one that should have made this list, say so. I do read them. Pass it along to another farmer still tossing good feed in the bin. And if you haven't subscribed, this channel is built around exactly this. Practical, low-cost poultry farming. Nothing fluffed up. See you in the next one.